Gary Lineker has weighed in on Liverpool's recent transfer business, and he hasn't held back. The former England striker has offered a striking assessment of a key decision made by the Reds in the transfer market, suggesting the club may have misjudged their approach. His comments have sparked debate among supporters and pundits alike, raising fresh questions about Liverpool's recruitment strategy under Arne Slot. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Wataru Endo will not be involved in Japan's 2 fixtures this month due to injury, with the 32-year-old withdrawn after his cameo at Chelsea. Endo was one of 19 first-team players called up to represent their country during the October international break, with the midfielder set for valuable minutes. The Japan Football Association, however, announced on Monday that Endo will not be involved in their fixtures against Paraguay and Brazil due to an unspecified injury. Liverpool's number 3 came off the bench late in the defeat at Chelsea, replacing Alexis McAllister as Arne Slot's final substitution of the night. It was the first time Endo was utilised off the bench in the Premier League since the dying stages of the win over Arsenal at the end of August, taking his total minutes to 126 so far. Endo may not be the only player to be withdrawn this month, however, as Ibrahima Konate and Andy Robertson also left Stamford Bridge with injury concerns. Konate is set to undergo tests with the French national side after he was taken off early on Saturday, having felt his quad a little bit. Robertson, meanwhile, looked in particular discomfort as he limped off the pitch with the help of head of performance physical therapy Chris Morgan. It could therefore have proved quite a damaging match for Liverpool beyond just the defeat, but Slot and co will have their fingers crossed that none of the issues are serious. On their return from the international break, Liverpool face 7 games in 22 days and kickstart their run against Man United at Anfield on October 19. Further details on Endo's injury will likely surface over the coming days, but it does mean he misses out on a valuable opportunity for minutes as captain of his country. Liverpool will now be hoping that Endo's setback proves to be nothing more than a short-term concern, especially with a packed schedule looming after the international break. With key players already carrying knocks and a crucial run of fixtures ahead, Arne Slot can ill afford any further absences. The coming days will reveal more about the extent of the injuries, but for now, the Reds are once again left juggling uncertainty at a time when consistency is most needed. Now, in a huge Gary Lineker claim, Gary Lineker has echoed comments made by Jamie Redknapp about Liverpool missing Trent Alexander-Arnold this season. The Reds sold the right-back to Real Madrid at the start of the summer transfer window, putting an end to months of intense speculation. Alexander-Arnold was set to leave Liverpool on a free transfer, but an agreement was reached with Real for the defender to depart ahead of his deal, expiring in time to participate in the FIFA Club World Cup. The Reds went on to replace Alexander-Arnold with the signing of Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen, while right-back Connor Bradley is also still at the club. Saturday saw Liverpool lose 2-1 to Chelsea in the Premier League, which was their 3rd consecutive defeat across all competitions. Speaking on the Rest is Football podcast, Lineker believes the Reds are missing Alexander-Arnold's influence in attack this season. In terms of creativity, as much as anything else, I think they're really missing Trent Alexander-Arnold, said Lineker. Before that, sometimes Trent would go forward and they would, perhaps, get exposed defensively. But what he gives you going the other way, it's impossible to replace. There is not another player I can think of in world football who plays that position right back in the way that he plays it offensively. I also think that Mo Salah is missing him, that connection that they had. Yes, sometimes they would get exposed in behind, but they would have someone try and cover that position. Last season it was mostly Dominic Szoboszlai. Previous to that would be Jordan Henderson. You've got to say it was worth his weight in gold going forward. And I always used to say, stop worrying about him Alexander-Arnold making the odd tiny mistake defensively, because what he gives you the other way is incredible. Lineker's comments echo remarks made by Redknapp over the weekend, where the former Liverpool star also believes his old club have issues at right back. Redknapp explained how Alexander-Arnold's absence has created problems for head coach Arne Slot this season. They've got problems at full back. They're missing Trent Alexander-Arnold, Redknapp told Sky Sports on Saturday. They haven't played the same right back since the Burnley game. Connor Bradley had a tough 45 minutes. Milos Kerkez hasn't quite adapted either. The pressure of playing for Bournemouth isn't the same. They have problems all over the pitch, but especially at fullback with Andy Robertson's injury at the end. This international break could be a good chance to reset. In other news, Bayern Munich are now understood to be looking concretely at Liverpool target Marc Guehi, as the battle for the England international signature begins to heat up. The Crystal Palace defender attracted strong interest from Liverpool during the summer transfer window, with Arne Slot's side believed to have gone as far as arranging a medical in London ahead of a potential move. Palace were reportedly open to selling the 25-year-old for a fee in the region of £35 million, only for the deal to collapse late on after a conversation between Guehi and manager Oliver Glasner. According to Sky Germany's Florian Plettenberg, Bayern's head of sport, Max Eberl, is a big admirer of the centre-back, and the Bundesliga champions have already held preliminary talks with the players' representatives. Plettenberg reported on X, FC Bayern are already looking concretely at Marc Guehi. Max Eberl is a big admirer, and initial talks with the players' representatives have already taken place. Bayern are interested in a free transfer in 2026, but that depends on what happens with Upamecano and Kim. While Liverpool may have missed out in the summer, the saga is far from over. Guehi's contract at Selhurst Park runs until 2026, leaving both the Reds and Bayern with a narrow window to negotiate before the player's value either skyrockets or Palace risk losing him for nothing. Adding to the intrigue, Real Madrid are also expected to be in the market for defensive reinforcements, with David Alaba and Antonio Rudiger both tipped to leave the Bernabeu next summer. That could set up a three-way tug-of-war between Europe's elite. Liverpool, however, may hold an early advantage after extensive groundwork laid earlier this year. Sources close to the club suggest Guehi had already undergone initial assessments in anticipation of a move to Merseyside. That said, the lure of Madrid and Munich cannot be ignored. Both clubs boast continental prestige and the financial muscle to test any player's loyalty. Yet Liverpool's historic stature and the chance to be part of Arne Slot's evolving project keep them firmly in contention. Complicating matters further, both Ibrahima Konate and Dayot Upamecano, who share similar profiles and are admired by Real Madrid, are yet to commit to new deals with their respective clubs. Liverpool are also understood to have an interest in Upamecano, should Konate depart next summer. In short, Guehi's future is becoming a high-stakes chess match among Europe's biggest clubs, one that could shape the defensive landscapes of Liverpool, Bayern, and Real Madrid alike. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.